the galaxy's first reaction to the Empire rising was not celebration. It was more concern, confusion, and resistance. On Alderaan, that resistance took the form of protests, brief, courageous, and ultimately suppressed. But those early voices mattered, because in them, we see the roots of the rebellion. Now, this book is far before Andor. However, I do believe it just embellishes even more the start of the rebellion. Now, when the Republic fell, and all of this information is coming from the book Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader by James Luceno, the Galactic Empire rose in its place, and the reaction across the galaxy was not one of instant submission, of course, as we know. Though many Outer Rim territories were either too war-weary or resource-dependent to resist, core worlds like Alderaan reacted with skepticism, fear, and briefly, public defiance. In Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader, Alderaan is portrayed as one of the first systems to express concern with the new Imperial regime. Though the change in government is initially masked in constitutional language, framed as necessary emergency restructuring in the wake of Separatist treason, the local population is not unaware of what has truly happened. Now, the novel describes protests in Alderaan, which is the capital city of Alderaan, as early as the first week after the Empire's formation. James Luceno writes this on page 250. In the wide boulevards of Alderaan, civilian protests had begun to form, quietly at first, but with visible banners and spoken chants that challenged the legitimacy for the Empire's sudden rise. This quote confirms that while there was no coordinated military uprising, the people of Alderaan responded almost immediately with nonviolent demonstrations. These protests were not born out of economic desperation or revenge. They were ideological. Alderaan had long been known as a center of diplomacy, cultural preservation, and political progressivism. Its citizens were deeply loyal to the ideals of the Old Republic. They saw the rise of an authoritarian regime not as security, but as betrayal.